player's head knocked off again.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Lord Agatsword, and I'm here with a
to see some bloody
new, different than usual, whatever you want to call it, video that I've put out before. So
welcome back to Cabal Vision H.
I was just playing some Bloodbowl II the other day. Really enjoyable game for me. And a match happened that I wish I had been recording. I wish I had been recording this. So instead, you're just gonna have to settle for me commentating over the replay. God, I wish I had recorded this in the first place instead of just the replay. So I was just queuing up with my Goblin team. Just to preface, I'm not a very successful coach in Blood Bowl. I have not won many matches, and have not played many teams. Okay, I haven't done a lot. I'm a scrub. I am a complete scrub. But I queued up with my Goblin team against a Necromantic team with a guy I've never fought before. And, well, here's a spoiler alert for how the match went. I lost, but it's the craziness of this match and how it's just the best and worst of Blood Bowl all at the same time that leads me to want to record this commentary about what happened. So here we got my team. Got a lot of goblins, only one level up player. My failure of a troll over here, Lorgmeat. And a lot of the goblins are sitting at like 5 out of 6 experience. None of them leveled up from this match, and as I said, spoiler, I did lose, but this guy, apparently he was on a losing streak, and then this game happened. So here we are, just setting up all our guys. He's going first, and he got a Scar player of Chainsaw Goblin. I do not feel good about what happened this match, but I can't help but laugh. Oh, and I love how the pogo sticker just freaking slaps the ball. So the other guy got another reroll. We'll just call him the Undead. The Undead got another reroll. And the first turn, things are already going to start going poorly for me. To preface, I am one of the more bashy players, as they're called, and I like fighting things, but some friends voted for me to make a Goblin team, and I did, and immediately, Doofrak gets shoved into the sidelines and dies. I mean, it could have been worse. He had zero experience, so he's not the worst, but I used my Apothecary and saved his life. He just joined the substitutes. Yeah, there he is. But already a terrible start for me. Some good. Well, the werewolf didn't get any XP. This werewolf managed to grab the ball after a reroll. But yeah, instantly starts with me using my Apothecary and Doofrak freaking dying and then not dying. But then Flickwit, my ball and chain dude, gets injured by the star player he bought. I bought an Apothecary on the Goblin team because although my players are slightly expendable and the Goblins are very weak, I do not have enough money for them to be expendable. So here you're going to see how my 2 trolls go. I have 2 trolls, Grumplestump, who sadly hasn't gotten any XP or level up, and Lorgmeat, who somehow managed to level up. I don't know how. But here, my Goblin just named after the noise a chainsaw makes. Managed to take out a star player. That's not bad, although I am 2 guys down to his 1. And the other guy's just KO'd. One of mine is injured, and the other's in the substitutes. But anyway, Grumplestump is almost always a success for me. Sometimes he doesn't do anything, but when he does do something, he usually gets me a win. And Lorgmeat is usually a failure. But speaking of failures, Pickle Hopper, I decided to go for the double down. I was like, oh, well, whatever. This will probably hurt him at least a little. But it ended up hurting me by KOing Pickle Hopper. Poor Pickle Hopper. He's not doing too great. And he just starts to drive down the pitch. Now, nothing much else exciting happens on his turn. But as you can see, he's in a very good position to just get a point. Lorg Meat, to compare him in D&D terms, is the type of player who rolls low, but sometimes succeeds due to just how high his stats are. And here is where I failed to realize what that prompt meant. I do not have much experience with goblins or secret weapons. I played a few matches. I should have realized I needed to re-roll that so that I didn't freaking lose my chainsaw dude. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that, and now now I have no special goblins on the field. Just normal goblins and a couple of trolls. So with both my chainsaw and my ball and chain gone, I've lost any goblin who has a good chance of punching someone. Oh, and then Bonzi gets KO'd. So, you know, that's something. Yeah, occasionally Lorg Meat succeeds. My chainsaw fails. This guy just went for the goal. We were bantering a little during this match, and he explained how he'd been on a losing streak. So I think he just wanted at least a point there rather than drag things out. Now let's get out of here, human cheerleaders. So his star player chainsaw comes back up. In the 4 days worth calm. One of my goblins gets back up, but not my freaking pogo guy, which, you know, not great now that I'm on offense. Now, of course, his goblin gets sent off the pitch, but that doesn't really matter. He still has all the guys he needs for a full team on the pitch.
Good boy.
Let's just skip past setting up. Yeah, I get all my guys I can. And you'll see, luck continues to not favor me. Oh yeah, and the ball scatters a little. It almost goes off the pitch. It could have gone my way, but it didn't. So Grumps just pushes that guy. And then we're going to have Lorg Meat come up here. And he's going to utterly fail me. God damn it, Lorg Meat. Why are you such a failure? You have one job. I give you one job. Why did I even give you multi-block? That was a bad skill choice in retrospect. I don't know what I was thinking. Although, what I was thinking is, wow. Well, that was I almost had some good luck there, but now, now my other gobbo. Look, let's just say a lot of this box is not gonna have just 2 guys in it by the end. So they go to surround my trolls. And he's gonna start punching my gobbos in a sec. Which, you know, kinda bad for me. Very bad for me. Not even kinda, just very bad for me. Now, if it was just a one-sided stomp, I would have not bothered bringing up this game. And although it was one-sided, it wasn't a stomp.
Together.
And I'll explain what I mean when you all see it. Let's skip to that cutscene. Although I do like the cutscenes in this game. They are nice. Sometimes I just want to get on with my turn, but when it's for like an injury or something, that's when it's really just good. I forgot I forgot Blood Eye is on the ground over here, so I didn't get him back up. I have my boy just punch that werewolf. Who are you? Who are you? I don't... Wiggle Mop! Good job, Wiggle Mop. Wiggle Mop grabs it, and that's where I have to end things with him. I didn't want to risk a go for it. I thought he would be safe. I was wrong. I am a scrub. I didn't know how bad an idea it was. But luckily, pain and experience are painful teachers. Now, what I have learned is that my goblins are very good at running away. Now, what I've also learned is that sometimes I can get very lucky where Mortis, the zombie over here, he gets KO'd.
Really? Don't let him. They're massive and can take your hand.
It's
right
not much, but it's something. So here, I have the unfortunate circumstance of getting blitzed like
Not a wise
this.
place to end your turn
Now,
on
of
the
course,
border
he
of the
fails,
pitch.
but then he gets a
If the player
success.
gets pushed
But
into
now
the
he's out of
crowd,
rerolls. And for what it's worth, call him.
It took 3 days to piece the body back together.
And of course, Wigglebop is stunned. Now the ball's there. He doesn't try to pick it up. He just tries to secure my goblins, which, you know, not the worst plan. My goblins, they ain't gonna do much. He just keeps going for trying to secure things. And it ends up being just a big problem for everyone. And by everyone, I mean me. Anyway, I don't think anything much else exciting happens here. So it's my turn.
Fists bigger than half joints.
Hold on. I shouldn't have fast forwarded there.
There's two big guys. Is
Lord
always
Meat
better than one.
actually manages to do something right for once. He punches down the Frankenstein, Frank the Horrible, the Flesh Golem. Meanwhile, Perry the Handsome, well, he's not getting punched yet, but my little dude here, my little dude
Oh, big
McNasty,
guy. Trample all over.
he gets rid of him.
It reminds me of the
And
famous story
good old
of
Grumps,
and the
he's still punching.
But this time,
As I said, Lord Meat occasionally do something right, but that's just because he's a strong dude. He's not competent. It's a big oaf. All brawn and no brains, etc. I managed to punch this zombie away, which I thought was good at the time. And, you know, it was. As I just moved to try to get my goblins in the way. My goblins can't possibly
on
get
edge
in
of
the
the
way.
field, within grasping
And
range of the fans.
I thought I had something. I thought Blood Eye was going to do something as I tried to blitz him. I failed to go for it, and he gets badly hurt. I could have done something. I could have punched the werewolf and made it a serious problem for him to get the ball. But I failed, because Nuffle doesn't like me. Look, Nuffle only likes me when he knows I'm already going to lose. That's the only time Nuffle likes me. For those not to know, Nuffle is the god of the game. He is the chaos god of Bloodbowl in this alternate setting of Bloodbowl, who comes into power and is like the most powerful new chaos god. Because now everyone's settling things with the game instead of fighting wars and stuff. And all the other gods have to rush to catch up because now Nuffle's the strongest. And so this guy fails, gets kicked back out. And I think that now it's my time. It's my time to do something right. And here things hopefully start going right for me. Now, of course, we got my trolls over here just doing some punching. Even Snoggle gets in on the beating as he takes this zombie to Pound Town. Grumple Stump, just grumping and stumping. I don't even know where I came up with these names. I just did. And then I remember typing in the chat with the guy, "Run, boy, run!" as Grub Stomper just needs to get out of there. He needed to get out. Now, I don't think anything else super exciting happens this turn. I try to punch Baldric, the Fairy Master, here. And, you know, I shove him a little.
Push the stronger player back. That'll do.
And I leave this guy down, because getting Wiggle Mop up won't help me. I don't know what he's doing with this guy over here. You'd have to ask, this guy. Just a random guy I met. We fought, we had some banter, but it was some fun banter. But it's after this second try that things really start getting crazy. Sorry, I had to mute my mic to sneeze there. You all know how it is in the current day and
Pressure on
age.
the ball carrier. Move quicker.
2021, similar to 2020. And here I am playing a world where things are hopefully still worse. Hopefully. So, Grumplestump punches Perry here. But it's a good punch! As he actually injures the Flesh Golem. Now, the Flesh Golem regens back to the substitute, but good on you, Grumps. And then Lorgmeat fails. Of course he does. This is the dichotomy between my two trolls. Grumplestump gets stuff done. He gets stuff done. While Lorgmeat does not. Lorgmeat does not get things done. He is a failure. A successful failure somehow, but a failure. Now keep in mind, that's the first 2 points of XP Grumplestump just gained. He has never gotten XP in the previous, I think, 3 matches this team has played? 3 or 4? And he came in here with 0. Now he has 2 XP. I'd like you to keep, all you to keep your minds on that. So, bit of a bad turn for me here. He gets another touchdown. So this is where I knew, if I hadn't known previously that the first touchdown he got that I was done for, this is where I really know that I'm done for. Alright, got our cheerleaders. I got a game to commentate. So, of course, he still got hacked over the star player he bought came in, he took out my chain ball goblin, who could have really helped him with this. And then he just got kicked out of there. But finally Pickle Hopper gets back up. He can finally hop Pickles. I don't know why I chose the name. But these two wouldn't have been here anyway. But Blood Eye is yeah, he's not getting back in the match. It's a shame. I would have liked to get him some XP. As for the rest of them, I get my goblins in attack position, ready to beat this guy up. I don't think this is the best way to set up goblins. This is probably not the best way to set up goblins, but I did it, and I think I'll probably do it.
I'm not going to talk about it again.
It scatters again. Once again, so close. If the first scatter had knocked it out of the arena, the second scatter knocked it onto Pickle Hopper, would have been great. Grumplestump actually fails here, but Lorgmeat... Okay, Grumplestump doesn't fail, he just doesn't feel like doing anything. Lorgmeat, though, he actually comes through and helps me punch a guy. I don't know why I started doing this, I just think I really wanted to punch the zombies. Because I have been having a bad time. So I get my goblins, all of them, in just punching position. You know, I punch them a little bit. It's pretty good.
Even Cinch would
Helps get the zombies out of the way. That was more my secondary goal once I saw how things were working. I fail.
The ball isn't going anywhere.
I fail a reroll. And Pickle... No, wait, no. That wasn't a reroll. Pickle Hopper just failed. I think I attempted a pass. That's what I did, because I wanted some points. And if I made the pass to the other goblin, I think I would have leveled him up. That doesn't happen. Alright, so halftime happened. He's gotten 3 injuries. 4 injuries, actually. One of them I just fixed with an apothecary. I've gotten 1 who regenerated. This freaking Frankenstein monster back on the field after the regeneration. Here's where things go a little crazy. Although first, I got an extra reroll. Very nice game. Very nice. I don't remember if it comes into play, but it was good. So Grumplestump, he punches the zombie again. And this time, it's serious. I smashed that zombie's hip. He failed the regen reroll. That zombie has a permanent busted hip. I don't think his life on the team is long. He's permanently even slower than the already slow zombies. So good on you, Grumps. Now you've gotten now you've gotten 2/3 of the way to your level up in just this game via injuring undead, who I'd like to think aren't the easiest thing to injure. The Frankenstein had armor 9, thick skull, and these zombies, although they only have armor 8, they have regeneration. The Frankenstein healed, he permanently injured this zombie. That zombie is never recovering. Alright, so I get the ball with Pickle Hopper. I think maybe I can get just one goal. I don't know what my plan was here. I was just kind of hoping my guys would get not quite as beat up. So I run away a little, try to make a slightly defensive formation that would be hard to break through. I'm not very good with dodgy teams. I like the Goblins, though. The trolls are fun. The weapons are fun. And I've learned to be more in tune to the dodging BS.
Attacker smells weakness.
So he comes in. He's getting all my goblins surrounded. He's getting ready to do some damage. As my guys start to get surrounded.
The attacker has an
He punches
assist.
McNasty. McNasty survives. This is where my memory turns foggy. Even more foggy. Despite it being later in the game because of how... One, this was late at night. This was happening like midnight, 1 o'clock. I don't know what would have gone on if it had happened earlier.
Coming to help
But
us, buddy. That's gonna
here at night... Oh, and yeah, Grumps
This guy
decides
leave
he
his
doesn't want to do
meat
anything.
dugout
Lork
again?
Meat shoves a guy. It's alright. I don't know why I shoved him that way, because... Oh wait, it was my only way to shove him. You know, not good for me. But, nothing much else happens. Wait, hold on. No, something... Oh yeah, I tried to blitz this guy. I just shoved him. From here on, I'm just going to want to make it clear, most of these guys are going to be on my side of the field for better and worse. I get Pickle over here. I think I get McNasty up. Oh yeah, and I try to dodge with him, and he gets KO'd by the werewolf as he tries to run away. Dodge and stunt, he can only do so much, and it especially sucks that I don't... Well, no, I mean, it comes with a built-in reroll, so it makes sense I wouldn't get to. But could you imagine the triple reroll? Well, it'd probably be overpowered, now I think about it. But still. That's the end of my turn. I'd like to keep in mind, this werewolf, he's going to get a level up from how much he's done. He's gotten 2 touchdowns. He got his level up. There, my little goblin buddy, Bonzi, he gets punched. It's a painful punch. This werewolf, he's just going to run over here.
This could be a sack. I love it.
I really should have watched this beforehand to remember where all the good bits are. But, oh well, I wanted to get this video out quickly before my feelings faded. I love how dramatic the cutscenes are, but still nothing happens sometimes. He goes to surround my guys.
Above and below the belt.
Nothing
At
happens
the same
here.
time.
Wait. Did something happen?
There's nothing better than
Yeah.
hitting someone
Oh yeah.
smaller than
So Grumple Stump. He injures another zombie.
That looks
And this
painful.
one also stays injured. Grumple Stump has now gotten a full level up just off of injuring. Let's get a recap, Bob. Let's get a recap. This guy shoves my boy, and then Grumple Stump, as shown before, gets his 3rd injury in 1 game on this undead team. 2 of them permanent injuries. Oh yeah, the guys will go eventually, but that guy's missing next game. The other zombie has a broken hip. Both of their regen failed. He's lucky. And then I KO this Vanguard guy. Now, of course, it was a turnover, sadly. Because double KO. Lorg Meat goes down. But still, good on you, Lorg Meat, for KOing this zombie. he's starting to take off after Grumplestump's example. Now, I know it's looking like things are up for me. I say as Pickle Hopper is getting punched. So if you remember, this guy hasn't blitzed yet. And he has this white here. God, I wish I could like fast forward or something without just skipping. So Pickle Hopper gets shoved off the pitch again. No, I don't think it was him earlier, but he has to get shoved off the pitch. He goes back to substitutes. The ball goes over here. And here's where I think I have a shot at doing some crazy nonsense. My opponent was talking about how I could maybe do something if I got some of that crazy goblin dice. But it's mostly been the trolls, as you noticed. And by trolls, I mean Grumplestump. Grumplestump is all I need. If I could have a team full of Grumplestumps, I would take them, because Grumplestump is all I need. Sure, he'll occasionally not do something, but he'll break some bones when he does do something.
Not what you'd expect.
So I fail to pick up, have to re-roll it. And the re-roll fails too. So we get a turnover, and I am fearing for my goblins. This guy has far too many guys on the field compared to mine for my liking, given how weak my guys are. He's got 8 undead and monsters, and I've got 2 trolls and 6 goblins. Huh, the numbers are actually even. That's bad, because they become not even when Snoggle gets KO'd. God dang it, Snoggle. Why do I even bring you? You've done nothing of worth. You've done nothing of worth. Even McNasty's done something. I think McNasty killed someone or something. Either way, he's got points. So, also, I forgot Bonzi was over here. Bonzi's just sleeping. And now I'm going to get blitzed. Waxy gets blitzed. Remember, this is a werewolf. And the werewolves... Well, the werewolves were a problem. But Waxy survives. If I remember, I go for a very risky maneuver here. Oh yeah, that's right. I send Lorgmeat over. And for once, Lorgmeat doesn't completely botch things. He actually shoves the guy. And I get Grumplestump over here. I just get my trolls. I don't know why I brought this guy over. Oh yeah, I thought I could hit Ivan the Champion with Grub Stomper. Sadly, Ivan the Champion is not a grub and only gets shoved. I go for a risky play with Waxy, have him grab the ball, and I'm just hiding behind my trolls. I specifically typed that to my opponent. Don't mind me, I'm just hiding behind my trolls. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, based on this positioning, this is not an ideal cage. I couldn't have really made it one. Movement allowances, you know. So, you can imagine what's going to happen to Waxy via Werewolf.
They'll need to get rid of the ball. Now there's pressure on them. That's get him.
So then the ball skedaddle bops around, and it lands there, where it's going to be there a while. Now, I haven't fast-forwarded. Oh my god, I'm stuttering. I haven't fast-forwarded because some good stuff happened. So, Grumplestump punches the werewolf, who got his level up from the 2 touchdowns he's got in this game. Good for Blue Fur over here. Very good for him. And this is the moment where things went from insane to insaner. Lorgmeat decides to follow Grumplestump's example. And freaking kills the other werewolf. The werewolf is dead. I killed this guy's werewolf. He didn't regen. He's just dead. I killed the other player's werewolf. This guy was, me and the other guy were freaking out about what happened. because right after that, Wigglemop gets injured. And not as quite as dramatic as the player dying, and Wigglemop is definitely not as valuable as that werewolf. And Wigglemop will come back, but that werewolf is dead. But don't leave just yet. Don't leave just yet, because Waxy gets injured. And worst of all, Waxy gets a smashed hip. I now have a goblin with a smashed hip, very similar to what I did to his zombie over here, as he moves the werewolf away because he doesn't want him to be punched eventually by the trolls. And if that wasn't bad enough, Doofrak freaking dies. Doofrak just dies.
He's dead, Jim, but not as we.
So we've had 2 deaths. It was almost 3, but I had my apothecary. And now players have died on both sides. We've had smashed hips on both sides. Luckily, Doofrak, as much as I love him and his name, he wasn't really valuable. As then his werewolf gets KO'd. The other guy was actually sighing really. The other, whatever. Sorry, I shouldn't presume. I'm using guy neutrally. It's just how I say the other guy, no matter what they are. But my opponent was just freaking out because people were just dying and getting smashed hips and injuries left and right. And so he's relieved, or they're relieved, when
They're going for the ball.
When their werewolf actually gets KO'd, which, you know, normally is a bad thing. So poor Grub Stomper over here, he gets set up. He gets set up for just a bad time, as all my guys are just kind of stuck. As I decide to blitz with Grumplestump, and Grumple takes the reroll. He lets me shove the guy. As then I try to get out of here, and I get kicked for my troubles. And so ends my final turn. My opponent is sighing relief, as my opponent, Don Shule Yaya, I don't know how that's said, is sighing relief because they're like, yes, final turn, it's over. And then this guy just freaking, he decides, you know what? I made it, I did it. What if I go for it and try to score a final touchdown? As he punches Grumplestump, my breath is being held because I am scared for the life of what I consider my best player. And he's fine. Then it's freaking white, grabs the ball, touchdown, and that is the end. I lose 3-0. But my opponent me and my opponent both took heavy losses. I have a goblin with a lame hip and a goblin who is dead. I at this point, I don't have enough money to afford enough replacements for my team, so I have to keep that lame goblin. As for my opponent, oh, and Frad gets XP. I don't know what Frad did. I don't think Frad did anything important.
Do your constant whatever somewhere else, Stinky.
But look at all the armor 12 armor breaks, 10 armor breaks. This was a violent game. Oh yeah, and death on each side. But my opponent was talking about how there's a good chance that that they're just gonna scrap this team because they lost one of their werewolves, and they're gonna be they got a zombie with a broken hip, and another zombie's gonna be missing next game. They took heavy losses, and they said depending on what level ups their werewolf gets, they might disband this team or not. Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here. I got goblins, I got trolls, and you know, I'm sitting mostly okay, but you know, I got some empty spots and a player I'm looking to get rid of once I have enough money to get rid of them. Yeah, so that was a violent, bloody game of Blood Bowl. So glad Grumplestump is here. I leveled him up, gave him Thick Skull. I probably could have given him something better, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Either way, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tale of a bloody Blood Bowl.